Let's. Good morning, welcome to Cooley Outdoors. I'm your host, Brandon Scott, with me today is going to be Nash, Craig, and Elena. We are in the deserts of central Washington. You getting in here or what?
No, I'm just putting my shoes on. Bro.
I was just curious if you're going to sit down and,
No, I don't want to sit down with you.
Gross. Wow. Anywho, we're in central Washington. We're going to be walking the Palouse to Cascades Rail Trail along Lower Crab Creek. Not the exciting part that I was hoping to do, because I guess in a wildfire last year, the trestles over Crab Creek itself burned down and they're in the process of replacing them. So we're parked instead at the Nunnally Lake access, which is the first one east of the Columbia River. So from there you can either go west and walk across the newly renovated Beverly Bridge, which we're probably going to do later today from the other trailhead, or you can walk east and start walking along Crab Creek. Although this 3-mile section we're going to do until we get to the closure doesn't actually get anywhere Crab Creek. So this is probably going to be fairly boring for the first half, and then we'll turn left, go cross country towards I think it's Lanice Lake, and then walk along Lanice and Nunnally Lakes before making a loop back to Clank. And then later today we will go do the Beverly Bridge, which that'll be its own thing. I've decided that I'm going to make these videos walking along any railroad corridor, any rail trail, all go into the bike and hike playlist, because you can then come back and do it on bikes at a later date. This is more exploration of the area and confirming things and just having an excuse to come out, because it's supposed to be 60 degrees and sunny. So let's show you the two books. It surprisingly is not in 55 Hikes in Central Washington, but it is in Best Desert Hikes Washington, number 44, Milwaukee Railroad, round trip 10 miles or 40 miles or whatever you want to do. I'll show you the map here. This is not the actual section we're going to be doing. This is the section that is closed, because right there in the middle where it says 43 and Milwaukee Corridor Railroad underneath Lower Crab Creek Wildlife Area, that is what actually burned, and there's a couple of trestles that go back and forth across the creek, and those are gone at the moment, so we can't go do that. Anywho, Washington Rail Trails, number 45, Milwaukee Road Corridor Trail. So these are older books. This is now called the Palouse to Cascades Trail. 143 miles from Beverly to Toccoa and then the Idaho border. Not all of it is open, of course. Some of it's still active rail. But this section that goes from Beverly to Royal City is about 15 miles one way, I want to say, and it's non-active rail and you can walk it. The reason to come out here is A, it's one of the earlier areas to open up, and B, you have the 1,500-foot Saddle Mountain sitting right there and a water gap right there where the Columbia River flows through. So it's really pretty. Wildflowers might be out, but we might be a couple weeks too early yet. But that's okay. There's other hikes we can come back out and do later. So let's go hit the road. Hey, look, it's the rail trail.
What's this other language?
I don't know, something Eastern European. All right, so here is your rail trail. So the social trail to Nunnally Lake goes that way. That's probably where we'll be coming back from. That direction, approximately 2 miles, is the Beverly Bridge over the Columbia River, which we'll be doing at another time, possibly later today. When we do that, I will post that right there, whether it's on bike or on foot. And we're going to go that direction for approximately 3 miles to the Lanice Lake access along Crab Creek. And then we will turn left, go overland, and come back along the lakes and make a nice pretty loop. Wait, I'm waiting on y'all. Oh my jeebus. What, did you not download the maps yet? Alright, so we're like 2 weeks too early for the flowers, Nash. We did it again. Just like going to Dusty Lake, we did it again.
Half the plants of the golf course are barely even budding right now. So.
Which is fine. I mean, that's why we're doing the flat rail trail. We're not doing any of the exciting stuff. Although supposedly Wampum Breaks on the other side of the Saddle Mountains is already fully bloomed out. We'll go check that out. We'll also go check out the boat launch where Crab Creek dumps into for if we come and float Crab Creek, which if we do that, and when we do that, I'll post that right there, because Crab Creek until the last like 4 miles is a pretty flat, easy paddle through, and it's pretty like this, except for you're on the water. So I definitely think we will be doing that at some point. All right, so how did this form? Well, you've got the Saddle Mountains, which are there, which is a Yakima fold and thrust belt from the clockwise rotation, which is caused by the San Andreas Fault down in California pushing northward and crumpling Washington and Oregon into Canada, which causes these folding and thrustings to do that. The rocks of the Saddle Mountains are Columbia River flood basalts, which came across, started in northeastern Oregon about 16 million years ago and made it all the way here and further and are thousands of feet thick, as you can tell. And then they got originally carved out into Crab Creek in what's called these coulees, which I'm sure if you guys have been following the channel at all, you know about it because I make the same spiel every time we're in the desert. Cut up the coulees with Ice Age floods coming out of Missoula and other glacial lobes, carving these nice little box canyon areas and breaks called coulees, which is what the channel is named after because we went to school out here. Which you can see a couple of breaks over there. In one of that Best Desert Hikes book I showed you, it has two different things here. It has the Milwaukee Railroad Corridor, which is now called the Palouse to Cascades Trail. And then it also talks about walking around Lower Crab Creek Wildlife Area, which I think it talks about going cross country in between the lakes from the Nunnally Lake parking lot, I think. And it goes up and wanders around. There's, once you get like to where the Crab Creek water is proper, 5 miles down the way, because right now it's over there between us and the off-roading area, the sand dunes, which is where you're going to hear the quads and stuff coming from. It's way over there. But if we were to go do what I wanted to go do, which was start at the Lanise Lakes Trail and walk to the old railroad town of Jericho, where the rail trail is on top of the creek and crosses back and forth half a dozen times, you'd be able to see a lot better. But that'll be a future task and project, because right now those railroad trestles burned down in a wildfire last summer, so that area is closed. Which means we'll just come back and do it later. And when we do that, I'll post that right there. So this is going to be kind of a flat-ish and boring-ish and not very exciting hike, but you know what?
That's late spring or early spring for you.
Yeah, it's the last days of March in the desert. The sun is out, it is warm. The wildflowers haven't made it out, so we're doing...
It's going to be raining all week, so...
Yeah. So we're coming out and doing the boring things just to get out of the way and have an excuse to get out of the house.
It's either this or a beach walk if the tides behave, which they won't.
Nope, this weekend was a bad weekend for tides. And I don't really want to go walk along a river because it's not green there yet either. It'd be even more boring to look at. So
Wet and gross.
Usually the first couple things you do in the spring is come out to the desert because the wildflowers start popping around now.
This is basically just getting some hiking exercise in before we do some mountain stuff.
Yeah, this is stretching legs, putting some miles down, scoping it out for future endeavors like kayaking and such. And just having that excuse. Now we'll probably come back out. I mean, I know we'll come back out throughout the spring and throughout April and May, especially when the wildflowers are popping. And we'll get some, I promise you, we'll get some paddling and some kayaking this year. And you'll have some of those content like Moses Lake, going down the Winchester Wasteway and stuff.
Rock.
Steamboat Rock. Yeah, when the wildflowers are out, it'll be good. And there's a lot more exciting things to do in the desert. This is just not really one of them. Although, once we check these two sections out, it would be nice to start at this trailhead on the other side on bikes and ride this all the way up Crab Creek and back and do like a 30-mile bike day. That would be really fun to do in mid-spring.
Yeah.
But that will be then. This is now. Are you good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not that exciting. I said it's not that exciting. I'm just babbling, giving introduction stuff.
There are options for what we can do right now in the early spring.
Unless you want to get wet and cold.
I do that at work. I don't want to do that on a hike.
So there's evidence of a couple of fires coming through. A lot of the large woody debris has been burnt out and burnt back. I'm curious if those trestles have in fact been rebuilt. They just haven't updated the website or not, but you know, that can be another time, I guess. But yeah, we're here so early that even the woody, medium-sized woody debris that has regrown, like the willows and stuff, is just starting to leaf out. So we're definitely here probably 2 weeks too soon, which is okay. I mean, am I upset? A little. But it's better than staying home and doing nothing. You get excuse to come out and walk around. There's some coulee breaks over there, which would be cool to see. It almost would be cooler to come out here in winter when it's cold and, you know, some crusting of snow and such out here too. But we might do that because I know Nash prefers to be out here in the winter. But that's okay. Maybe it's because we don't have to worry about ticks, which we sprayed ourselves down, and we'll see. So yeah, the Saddle Mountains are approximately 1,300 feet tall from Crab Creek down here up to the tippy top. They're Saddle Mountains in Ginkum and Wanapum flows, because we sit on top of Grand Run flows, and they just folded. What's that? I'm sorry, am I walking that slow? Yeah, so after just under a mile, we have reached the Mary and Nunnally, the Mary Lake access. All three of these lakes, which are over there a little ways, are supposed to be pretty good fishing in season. Fly fishing only. Well, no, I'm not sure it's fly fishing only, but it's artificial lures only, which is nice. It helps with fishing. So next time we come back, when it's a little later in the season, I'll bring my fly poles, but I figured it was too early to catch anything right now. Swampy. Swampy, swampy, swampy. Hopefully there'll be a little more wildlife action over on the lakes. Damn, it really got all the large woody debris burnt up and nuked out. It's gonna take decades for that stuff to come back. Well, shoot. Would have been a bit more exciting before the wildfire, but ain't nothing you can do about that. So after just under 3 miles, we have reached the Lanise Lake Fish and Wildlife Access. Theoretically, this is where we would have started today, but the trail further east is closed due to wildfire damage, which I'm going to go inspect really quick and see if there's anything actually about that. Otherwise, we're going to be turning left, walking past the vault toilets, heading towards that outcrop of basalt and going and seeing some lakes. So this is another fishing access kept open by the state that you can park and also walk the rail trail up and down. It's going to be a Lanise or Lennis, Mary, and then Nunnally. So this is Lanise Lake. One of the 3 lakes we're going to be walking along, good fishing. The basalt breaks are quite pretty. But except for the access road, it's pretty much going to be pick your own trail as we walk along between the lake and the break. I don't know if we're going to want to walk along the shore or if we're going to stay on the break up top. But we'll figure it out. I'm going to go this way. Take a look. I don't know. I'm just picking her out. Picking her out, taking a look-see. Yeah, it's not bad. It could be better, it could be worse. Oh, am I in your way?
No.
Go. Everyone else. It could be better, it could be worse.
Permission to pass.
Go ahead. That's why I
Sir.
stopped.
Thank you, sir.
As long as you're not vulgar when you pass, I don't care. What? There's people fishing down here somewhere. Supposedly these 3 lakes are very good fishing, and they're also quite deep in the middle.
Really?
Yeah.
How deep? Like 40 feet?
I don't know, it doesn't say. It wouldn't say. It would take some more research to figure that out.
Or would you just hop in and find out?
Yeah. Go home, get your float tube, bring a shot of line, and with a 1 pound tuna weight on it, and see how deep we go.
Oh, I was just gonna swim.
Yeah. I highly doubt you can free dive 40 feet, homie.
Nah, I can do about 30 though.
It's pretty impressive.
Then 240 easy.
Well, it's a little disappointing that it's all been burned back recently, but it's still fairly pretty. Go sit up on top of the outcrop for a little bit. Yeah.
A bunch up there, it's almost new.
Is it? Holy crap, yeah, it is. Yeah, that'll work. Nunnally Lake is a bigger lake, but yeah, we can eat up there. So I think we're gonna walk. Oh wow, this battery didn't get fully charged either. Oh well. So I think we're just gonna walk on the breaks above the lakes because it's probably easier going on better views. But these small bugs like the midges are very much out. But this is considerably prettier than walking along the railroad grade. Would be even prettier if all the large woody debris didn't burn down, but oh well. I vote we stay up top.
Yeah, I agree.
Versus walking through the sand. Unless the two of you want to walk through the sand that bad.
Not particularly.
No, not particularly one bit. Plus I think it's more scenic up here, up high.
Don't worry, if you break your ankle, I have trauma.
And it's only a short distance back to the road.
We're call 911. It's still something to You're fine. You know, actually, for good practice, you should break your ankle. We'll be ready for summer. It'll be 3 months to heal. We'll be ready to go by June.
June is only in 2 months, home slice.
Oh yeah. The end of March.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice if all those trees were still there, but they all might have been Russian thistle and needed to burn out anyway, so. Oh well, not exactly the most scenic time. Huh? Yeah, just walk along. You want to cut down and go back up or just stay along the break? Because we're going to walk just along.
Yeah, because the second lake's over there.
Yeah, second and third lake, I mean. Yeah. Just keep hoofing it this direction. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've made it to Mary or Murray Lake or whatever that second lake is. Oh. According to the map, yes, it is this larger opening of water with all the ducks that haven't flown away. That is Mary Lake.
This is Mary Lake?
Yeah. This is obviously all filled in with sediment over time, so it's not as much of a lake. But this breakover is pretty, so we'll walk along the edge of this for a bit and get filmage. Go on, Scale Boy, do your thing. He knows his place. He's such a good noodle.
Put the supermodel in the video.
Hey, yo! You got way too much clothing on, though.
I'm a catalog model. Okay?
Yeah, for swimwear and lingerie. Get it together, bruh.
Fully outdoors after dark.
Hell yeah, baby. Not quite as much fun as Drumheller, but you know, it'll work. It'll do. Huh?
Fully outdoors after dark.
We've been talking about that for years.
It's never gonna happen.
Well, you know, you.
Problem is with this new and improved mic, I can hear you from like 200 feet away too.
Oh, okay. I'll shut up.
Yeah. The old shitty fuzzy mic didn't pick up anything more than like 40 feet.
Every video is gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna start video. Craig, shut up.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's gotta be it.
That's what it was like when I took Lorenzo hiking.
Oh, you took Lorenzo hiking?
Yeah, when we were up at Ross Dam cleaning out their hydraulic tank because it was lined with lead paint. We were chipping it out for a couple days, and it was me, Jackson, and Lorenzo, and what's his name? Nelson was our supervisor. And yeah, I went hiking, went goofing around after we got off for the day, and one day the two of them were like, hey, we want to go with you. I'm like, okay, cool. So we went and did something.
Lorenzo and Nelson or Lorenzo and Jackson?
Jackson.
Oh.
So we went, and Lorenzo kept dropping F-bombs like every other sentence. I'm like, Lorenzo, stop swearing. Oh man, I'm so effing sorry. Lorenzo, oh man, I'm so sorry. Stop talking.
It's a really cool lunch spot.
Yeah.
Watch the wildlife. Oh, well.
Oh, swell. It would have been nice to be here a couple weeks later when all the reed grass is green instead of brown.
Yeah.
But oh well. Good to know for next time.
Yeah, this is a cool view from here.
And Nunnally Lake is huge, so I think it's going to be even better than that. Or than this, I should say.
Can you stop being romantic for a second? Thank you. Okay, we're good.
He was trying to get a non-romantic picture. Go for it. I don't know how to pixelate it though, so it's going to be seen by everybody.
It does seem a little bit.
Whoa. Yeah, this is a cool spot. I would definitely say this portion of the hike is worth coming and doing. Walking along the railroad grade, not so much, but if you're gonna make a loop out of it, you kind of have to one direction or the other. So, 'tis how 'tis. But that large-ish pond is Mary Lake. Not much of a lake anymore. And then Nunnally Lake. No, that was her surname. And that looks like Nunnally Lake, which almost looks like the brakes run out before we get to Nunnally Lake. So we shall see. Where all that greenery is down there, there's got to be a spring because I hear water gushing. Where all that greenery is down there, there must be a pretty vibrant spring because I hear running water. Now, see, because all the ducks just took off. So. There's a half a dozen pelicans hanging out on the marsh up here. And yes, I can tell they're pelicans, not swans, because I can see their beaks. I have that good eyebara. Frowa. Ooh, Ash. I got a good Frowa over here. I got a good Frowa.
A flower?
I got a look at I have no idea. No idea what it is, but it's a pretty purple Frowa. It's a species of phlox.
Oh, it's a phlox?
Yeah, it's a species of phlox. And all the ducks are mad that we're here. Cool.
For 2 months, that was enough to be like...
There's a boat over there, is that what you're pointing out?
The boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like...
It was also winter and we weren't like doing hiking as much as we were this summer.
Seasonal depression is a thing, yeah.
Yeah, but like before you and I started dating, I was sleep 5 days.
And if you weren't,
Back on top of the break. Ooh, a nice little plateau here to walk on.
Yeah.
Ding. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pelicanos. Am I gonna be able to make it across this?
No.
Shit.
Well, maybe. I can't see.
All right, Craig, you go first. Jump.
Oh, well, that's fine. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna take a hard left and go uphill.
Okay.
Are you really going downhill? She's like, I can climb this.
You coming down, baby? You going up?
No, she's going up.
I'm staying up.
I'm going up.
I love that. Keep it up, please.
And for the most part, Sabrina just ignores it nowadays.
Yeah. She laughed at it a few times the first two times I did it. And then everything else.
But she's used to it by now. Oh, I don't give a shit.
No, I love it.
Uh-oh, we got a big draw. We might have to take a hard left.
Yeah. Not real.
Oh no. Oh shoot, Scoob. Although maybe it drops down in steps. Yeah. I know, we're fine. We can just wiggle and go through.
Yep.
Does it go down right there? Or do we have to cut back? Queg.
Got it right in front of you.
We could cut back, but we could also cruise right through it.
That's what I was saying.
There's a drain.
Does this go down here? Well, yeah, we're gonna have to.
Well, we're gonna have to go through the sagebrush if we go straight. Is all I'm saying.
I think we can go through there. Down here.
What's up, man?
He's back in the rocks
just
over
hear a
here.
rattle?
He's back in the rocks over here. She's fine. I think Nashna already walked over him. I kind of want to find him. He's definitely back here.
I think he's under this big rock right here. No, it's a big ass rattlesnake.
No, he's
Well, maybe
little.
not.
Little. Huh?
I said he.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said bee.
Do I have a stick I can tap on to find him? All right, so maybe the rattlesnakes are starting to come out.
I'm surprised.
Where the hell would you go?
I need a big enough stick to pry rocks open.
Be careful, Craig.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's squishing him too. Not on that one? Nope.
No. It's in there somewhere.
He's definitely in this pile somewhere.
Yeah.
Or he might be up here. He might be in there.
Think so?
I don't know. I'm less sure now.
I thought
for
I heard it,
sure
like,
he was
right
here. He may have tucked back in somewhere.
But I definitely heard that.
Uh-huh. That was definitely not a bug rattling. But now he's not making noise again.
Not at all. You'd
Which
think
is-
he'd be rattling if it.
He might be way the fuck back here. Which would be really unnerving. Oh, damn it. Oh,
Oh, I bet you he's tucked down in here. Look at all that green grass and shit. He's tucked down in there. He's probably
yeah,
gone.
he's hopefully long gone.
Yeah, he's probably tucked way down in there.
Yeah. He probably had just woken up and we just kicked the rock just right.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, I've already been found. All right, so be careful stepping over rock ledges. The snakes are in fact coming out.
Snakes.
I didn't hear you, I
Snake.
And
Huh?
they-
Snake.
Okay, hold on.
So there's a fairly decent sized one
He's right
in
here.
here. but
He's right here. He's in the grass right here. Right there.
Oh, I
See
see
him?
him moving now. Oh my god, it's a tiny one. Look at how little
No,
he
there's
is. Oh,
multiple.
Two of them.
There's multiple. There's probably an entire.
There's probably a nest right here and they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. They're so little.
Look at the little rattle.
There's at least 2 of them here.
Oh, there's a.
Oh, that's the mess. They probably came out of the hole right in here.
Oh, there he is. He's picking that up.
Oh, look at you. I know, we're sorry, but you're just too adorable. Oh, my goodness. 2 of them.
Yeah. One of them's very tiny. One of them's a little bit bigger.
Hell yeah.
So tiny, he sounds like a little bumblebee. So cool.
Oh my goodness.
He's looking for a place to go hide.
They're looking to get out of here. We're sorry, guys. We just couldn't resist seeing you.
I'm gonna take a picture real quick.
We're sorry. We just couldn't resist ourselves.
Okay, we'll leave him alone.
We're done with you guys.
We'll leave you guys alone. I'm sorry.
We're sorry. I wonder if the big one came back out.
That one was a lot bigger than those.
That one was huge. No, he's long gone. All right, so yeah, the snakes are officially out. Beware of getting off of rock ledges. Hell yeah. They're so little. They were literally the size of ramen noodles, one of them was. We have reached the top end of Nunnally Lake, and it's going to go around, and the bottom end isn't on public land, so I think the access trail is going to be where that little peninsula is formed. So we'll go there, make our left turn, and go back to Clink, and that'll be it for...
They're going to that point.
I think so. I believe so. Mm-hmm.
That's a burn pile.
Yeah, just on the just past the apex of that peninsula.
Okay. Oh, I got another one, Brandon.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he gone.
Damn it.
But I got a shed if you want it.
Come
out.
Is
this healthy?
Long gone. Oh, that's a pretty good shed. Oh, another one just ran in. Little one over here. So big rocks with big overhangs. That's what we want. Now stick your fingers in
shed,
there.
baby? Good. You hungry?
You hungry? Hungry?
I know you're hungry.
Watch the doing of this.
The other one that I just saw was baby tiny.
Oh yeah, that one that ran away was a little noodle from you.
A little noodle.
On the other side of the rock. They're so quick.
Well, the little ones are so scared. The big ones will just sit and coil.
Uh-huh.
The little ones are like, ah!
Oh shit! Time to go! Alright, I'm gonna run the outro now, I guess, because we're almost done and all the excitement's over with. Thank you for joining us on this Coulee Outdoors adventure where we walked the Palouse to Cascades Rail Trail along a segment of Lower Crab Creek and then walked the lakes on the way back. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy this video, give it a thumbs down. Either way, please leave a comment down below about what you did or did not like so I can improve the video content for next time. Ratings. Accessibility. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from Seattle. Almost all on a highway, all on pavement to get to the parking lot. And unless Snoqualmie Pass is closed, you probably won't have any difficulties getting here and you can enjoy it any time of year. So accessibility, what, 3.5 stars, Nash?
Yeah, that's good.
Difficulty, it's been legitimately flat the entire time. Just minor, very minor ups and downs. So I'm gonna give it a 1-star rating. Our total distance is probably gonna be 7 or 8 miles with the rambling we've done back and forth. And enjoyment. If we didn't find any of the rattlesnakes, it'd still be pretty boring. I'm gonna give it probably a 1 star or so, because I mean it's not exactly the prettiest desert scenery to look at. There's been no wildflowers, and most of the vegetation that was around got burned off in a wildfire and hasn't had a chance to grow back. So would I recommend coming out here and doing this? Not really. I'd wait till the trestles have been repaired further up Crab Creek so you can make it a more long distance bike adventure and go bike back and forth. Other things to do out here, there's the Beverly Bridge that we might go do after this. There's Wanapum Dunes or Wanapum Breaks, whatever you want to call it, on the other side of Saddle Mountains. There's a couple wildlife areas around. I mean, we are in the Columbia Basin Wildlife Area. This is the Lower Crab Creek unit, but there are things to do out here in the desert. This particular area isn't the most exciting, but there are definitely more exciting areas about. Expect a pretty steady diet of desert explorations for the next couple of months as we progress further and further into spring. And then as the snow melts up and gets higher and higher, we'll continue getting further and higher into the mountains. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one, and ciao.